Does anyone ever wonder sometimes, or just sit there and be like, why am I bothering with this when it doesn't actually matter because this doesn't really exist? No? Am I on my own with that one? I don't know, but I just wanted to come on here and make a video about some of the things that I think about, and one of the biggest things being the fact that this whole thing that we call reality isn't actually real. Like, yes, it feels real because we're here and we're living this life, but actually, it doesn't exist. It doesn't. We don't know what happens after here, right? I do believe that souls are reincarnated. However, why do we bother when it doesn't actually matter? Why? Why do we bother? Am I the only one that has this sort of thought process? Because I've known for a while, or felt for a while, whatever you want to say, that there is something else like to this, right? That it's basically just like a program. It's coded, right? It's not real. We're basically playing a game. This is a simulation, right? If you haven't already heard of the simulation theory or simulation hypothesis, I'll put up a small little clip it here on Wikipedia, and I fully invest in this theory. I really do believe that this is just some sort of augmented reality, right? Like a game, literally a game, right? The people in the game don't know that they're NPCs, do they? And that's what we have in this world. There are people that walk around in this world that do not realize that they're quote NPCs, right? But then there are other people who I like to think that are like myself who do understand that this is just a game. Like, it's a game of life. Like, don't take things too fucking seriously because actually it doesn't matter. It it actually doesn't matter. Like, there is a quote by Albert Einstein that I absolutely love, and I think I'm going to get it verbatim because I love it. Reality is an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. And I absolutely love that quote because, yes, reality is an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. And when you start to realize that you are living this augmented reality game, right, it changes your way of thinking like drastically. And sometimes I would like to go back to an NPC stage in my life because I'm just going to be real. Those people that are NPCs, that are closed minded, that only believe in certain things that they're told, this, that, and the other, right? Their life is somewhat closed off and sheltered, but also they don't have to deal with the thought of reality. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, ignorance is bliss, I guess. So sometimes when I start thinking about all of this, and I'm just like, well, it's just what's the fucking point of me doing this? Like, literally, I don't know. I don't know whether anybody else gets this, but I just think it's really weird that some of us can tune in to something else. Like, I do believe that this was created, right? I don't say God, I like to say the universal source, right? So I do believe that there is a source that created this. However, that doesn't mean that this is real. That doesn't mean that this is reality, right? So like, it feels very game like, right? You travel through the level and there are obstacles in the way that you have to get over, and there are people and enemies in the way that you have to get around, right? And then when you get to the end of the level, there's usually a boss which is harder than the rest of the level that you have to fight in order to get rewarded by going up to the next level. Well, let's just say that that's us in the game, right? And we're going through life, which is a level. Let's say, I don't know, 5 years, right? Let's just say 5 years is a level. And throughout those 5 years, you're going to come up to these obstacles in your life, right? Which could be losing a job, losing a home, losing a family member, car breaks down, you ain't got the money to get all these obstacles, right? That you have to get around. And then whilst you've got around those obstacles, you've got all these little villains that are in place, right? So you have to deal with backstabbing bitches, you have to deal with cheating people, you have to deal with parents or something that aren't very nice, you have to deal with friends that are just completely two-faced, rude, and you need to get yourself out of it, but you just can't at the moment. Like, these little situations, right, that you then pass through, you then get to the end of where your level is, and you go through something entirely like drastic, basically, like I say, you know, losing a loved one, or you know, getting in a car accident and being okay, but something drastic like that that makes you get over it because you've got stronger from that point, right? And then you go on to level 2, and like, do you see how my mind works, right? This is how I think of it. Like, I genuinely think of it as a game, and we are just here to do these little things to get over like little obstacles and things like that, and like level up in life to like the next thing that we want to do, right? Because at the end of the day, I don't know if you know, but our DNA literally has code running through it. Yes, we have code in our DNA, right? Now, it blows my mind when I think about creation, but like when you just think about that small little thing, it's like, why is there code? Why is there code? Is it so that there could be patch updates in the future for certain things? Like, I don't know. Oh, maybe we need to put in like a tornado or a hurricane this year. Put in a little patch. Like, I don't know. Weird thinking, I know. But it feels like this whole thing is a computer game, simulation, augmented reality, that there are variables that can happen throughout life, like with anyone and everyone, right? It's so random, yet there's control and structure to the randomness. That again just signifies to me that we are on some path of reality that's not real for us to play this game, to get all of these experiences, right? This is how I think about it, and I don't know if anybody else has thought about it like this, so you'll have to let me know. But how I think about it is, we are coded, we got code, right? So we're sending signals, we must be, right? There must be this whole planet, matrix, whatever you want to call it, yeah, creation, we must be sending signals or something to the source. And all of these experiences and life moments and things that we learn, that we go through life, I like to think that they're little things that we upload to like a cloud, right? Like a universal cloud. And all of our, you know, it just goes there through this coding that we don't even know about, right? Because it just runs through our blood. But then this cloud, right, gets all this information about everything that, like, you know, we've all sent up, right, and then creates another reality with different things that they've learned about in this reality. Does that make sense? So it's like they learn what humans do, right, and how we can be so fucking barbaric. Yeah, I can't stand that about humans. Like, I don't, what, just get along. Why can't everyone just get along, right? Really annoys me. So that I feel I'm pushing out to the cloud to be like, hey, can we have a reality where this doesn't exist? And maybe there is a dimensional reality that doesn't happen. And then all of the information and data that those coded humans or beings or whatever they are get sent up to the cloud, and then it just continues. Like, do I sound crazy? Or has anybody thought of it that way? I don't know. Video's going to get too long if I continue, so I'll probably leave it here, but I just wanted to pick your brains really about people who think a little bit deeper about the universe, and those who are quite aware or feel like me, you know, because we can't prove it, but those that feel strongly that we are literally just in a game, and it's not really real anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But it does matter because we're sending like signals to the cloud to make like other realities. Anyway, that's what I think about it. Let me know down below.